Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you saw in the last video, we got the paint on the truck. Let it dry as I'm going around the truck looking at it. The hood has a few drops on the center of the hood here where the gun dripped. It's just the way, the angle I had it. So I decided to pull the hood off. We're going to stick the hood on the stand, shoot just the hood. And then also I want to do one more coat on the interior here so that it gets a nice even coat. Because there's a lot of areas on the doors, the dash, they're just metal that'll be exposed once I get the interior on, and it'll really set off the black interior. So we're going to walk around. We got, like I said, I'm not a professional painter. This is something I do for fun. We did get a few runs in the truck. There's one on the fender here, passenger fender, lower, and then one on the box. I watched a lot of videos on how to fix runs. I've always in the past just sanded it back down and reshot it. We're going to try a couple of these tricks and see if they work out. I'll update you guys later when we're done. But let's go and take a look at these runs and we'll see how bad they really are. And then we'll show you when we get the hood reshot, the before and after that. As you can see, the picture, the thing shines just great. I love the finish on it. No orange peel, metal flake. Is just really did a great job. I can't say enough for this restoration shop paint. I'm a big fan of Eastwood, but the Eastwood paint we bought first really disappointed me. We got this restoration shop paint as a last resort just to try and see if we can make this look a little nicer and turn out really sweet. So I'm going to do a review on that paint later on as we're mixing it and stuff. We'll get some more videos following that. But really impressed with this, especially for a single stage paint. Usually, a base coat, clear coat, it's a little easier to fix your mistakes. I mean, this laid down really nice. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll show you how these runs turn out and see if these tricks really help. Okay guys, so this is the first one. It's a pretty good sag going across there. It's not so much a run but a sag. This is on the passenger side front fender. And then right here on the box, we got another one. I can say another little sag. It wasn't bad, just what I did is I'm trying to squeeze between the tailgate and the side of the truck. I'm getting tight and I kind of carried it over and just end up putting a little bit too much right on there. But anyway, other than that, I was pretty happy with it. So we're going to try and clean them two runs up, reshoot the inside of that cab, and then go from there. Okay guys, hopefully you can see this. All the guys I watch as far as trying to fix these runs, like I said, you're learning with me right now. I've always just reshot them and just shot a better paint job the second time around. But there's a lot of easier ways to fix these, so we're going to try this. Anyway, if you look at the ends of this razor blade, see how the tips are rounded off? I just kind of sanded them down so that they're not sharp edges that are going to tear into our paint. This is a brand new razor blade otherwise. Anyway, we're going to take this over there and I'll show you the steps to try and remove this run. So guys, looking at this, I see there's a couple more runs on this fender. Because I'm so stubborn, I think I'm going to reshoot the fender itself. But let's try and work this run here. First thing you want to do is take your fingernail and push into that run. If you can push in there and there's any softness, any gumminess, we haven't waited long enough. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our razor blade, we're going to stand it on edge. We're just going to drag it across here like this. I'm going to put the camera down to this and I'll follow up with you a little bit. We're just going across the high spots, trying to clean this up. Anyway, I'll show you on this one and then we'll move to the box because I'm going to reshoot this fender, so if we screw this up, I really don't care. But stay tuned, I'll show you what it looks like as we get each layer done. Fortunately, I don't got a stand to set this up and walk you through it. Okay, so step one, we scrape the high spots of the run with razor blade. Looks awful already, scares me. But we're going to reshoot this anyway, so we're going to give it a try. Now we're going to take our 500 grit paper. 600 is probably better, but we're going to start with 500 and then I'm going to go up to 1,000. And we'll see if we're going to wet sand these out. We'll see what they look like in a minute here. First thing we're doing, like I said, we're using 500 grit paper. Got a soap and water solution for wet sanding. Biggest thing is keeping that paper clean. And start. Okay guys, so we knocked down the top of these runs. We kind of sanded over with 500 grit. The run feels pretty smooth now. We're going to move up to 1,000 grit and see if that helps. That's the next step there. And then they say 2,000 and then we buff out. But we will see. Stay tuned. Big tip on this is make sure you keep your sandpaper clean. Keep dipping it. Make sure you get all the stuff out of there because you'll scratch up your paint if you're not careful. So anyway, we're going to move up to 1,000 grit, get these scratches out and go from there. Well guys, that's after buff or sanding out with 3,000 grit. I don't like it. Maybe you guys are better than me, but I'm just going to reshoot it. We just got to do the fender and the hood and one little spot on the body there. So we're going to get a reshot and we'll show you the finished product. Hey guys, here's the paint code. This is Moonlight Dry Blue Metallic Restoration Shop. This is actually a single stage paint. Worked out really good so far. I did get a couple runs. As we talked earlier, we're going to reshoot the hood on the truck, on the fender, put another coat on the interior just to get it nice where I want it, even. So basically you mix 1 gallon with 1 pint of this wet look hardener. We're only going to mix 2 quarts up, so obviously we're going to have pint. And then I add a 1/4 pint of medium reducer just to thin it out a little bit. So we're going to mix it up, show you the colors we get going here, and then we'll show you spraying it on. We're just stirring the paint up real good now before we start mixing it together with the wet look hardener and reducer. In the camera here it looks a little different blue than it actually is. It's a little darker blue. You can see the metallics in it and stuff. More like the darker blue of that stick when we get going here. But anyway, we're going to finish mixing this, start adding our hardener to it, and then we'll get spraying. Well guys, we reshot the hood. You can see, look at the reflection on that thing. And that ladder is perfectly made out. We got out the runs and the dribbles out of that. Reshot the run in the fender. Then we had 1 run that was on here. We redid that. And then we reshot all these door panels and everything, the inside. Back side of the tailgate. And our filler door. But looking great. I just love the shine on this thing. And pretty happy with it. Now we can let it dry. Start putting our stuff back together.